Aries. If an inner room that already knows the truth is getting under your skin, it may be exposing a comfortable lie. This won't arrive as theater. That inner room reveals itself through a tiny but precise shift. With Mars active, the home root's emotional base area turns hot. Don't delay, but don't confuse strength with rupture. It's a truth that makes no noise outside, yet changes the weight of the room the moment you stop avoiding it. The more you dignify distance, the more the hidden part proves the real point is still there, guiding you. For Aries, courage today is not charging forward head first. It's deciding without handing the wheel to haste. The stake is not letting an old defense take the place of a present choice. If the truth underneath stays covered, the calm you get can be real outside and deeply false inside. Move. Before you defend yourself, ask what you're really protecting. Send it to someone who needs a small but complete truth today. Taurus. The dangerous part isn't the routine. It's the automatic gesture it asks from you. Venus activates daily work, method, and health. The choice can't stay on autopilot. It's a small thing, a shift, a checklist, a step skipped because it seemed too technical. Skipping the detail looks innocent. Then that's exactly where clarity slips away. Routine presents the bill when you treat precision like paperwork. For Taurus, the risk isn't resistance. It's staying still, even when calm has become a price. The sequence that bores you may be the very one that keeps you lucid. The strong move is respecting the detail nobody sees. Are you skipping a detail or sabotaging the sequence that keeps you clear? Fix one step, one shift, one sequence. Don't open anything else. Then speed up. But only after you've reset what supports you. Correct one overlooked step before you do anything else. Revisit it when the boring detail starts looking expendable. Gemini. Today, real care has a boundary, not an excuse. Whatever keeps repeating today needs to be heard. A point that needs repair is knocking on the same door in a different tone. With Moon and Mercury in tension, the words exchanges nearby environment field turns into an acoustic room. Every word comes back amplified. This is the moment when the body or the heart stops whispering and starts asking for a kind, concrete decision. The soft choice today is not escape. A point that needs repair gives you back clarity before pressure decides for you. If you keep treating recovery as optional, the day can end with more presence lost than real results. For Gemini, mental speed only matters if it doesn't become another way to delay. The risk is postponing recovery until your body or heart has to speak louder. Move. Do less in the right place so the important choice stays yours. Come back here before you sacrifice the pause that keeps you clear. Cancer. If a price with no name stays unmeasured, someone will use your silence as a discount. The useful threshold is the one you can cross today, not the one you imagine once everything is clear. With Moon and Mercury in tension, the resources, money, value access asks you to separate emotion from message before you react. It may look practical, even technical, but it actually measures your capacity to give value a shape. Value becomes respectable when you name it before a price with no name turns into debt. For Cancer, the right kind of care today also includes the boundary that keeps you whole. The stake is not letting social or emotional discomfort set the price instead of your judgment. The risk is paying not to seem difficult, then having to defend a much bigger boundary later. Move. Turn the favor into clear conditions right away so you can see whether it still feels healthy. Leo. Today, truth doesn't want to punish you. It wants to drain the power from the performance. You have two exits in front of you. One softens the moment, the other finally gives shape to the knot. First quarter, the point on the identity-body-presence axis gets sharper when you stop treating it like a detail. It's an emotional or practical detail that only feels irritating because it touches a defense that has become habit. The more you dignify distance, the more that covered truth proves the real point is still there, guiding you. If the alibi stays in place, the day may hold together outside. You stay divided inside. For Leo, Today's value lies in not using force to cover discomfort. If you keep covering that true point, the day can look calm while it decides for you. Move. Write the sentence you've been avoiding, then cut the part that hits and keep the part that's real. Save it for when the alibi returns with a more elegant voice. Virgo. If a margin for recovery is asking for space, hear it before it has to raise its voice. Picture the last scene of the day. Do you want to see that margin for recovery still open, or a reply that leaves you more intact? Mercury moves the rest closure inner preparation area. One phrase, one detail, or one reply can change the rhythm. This is real maintenance. Less heroics, more intelligence about protecting what keeps you clear. Useful calm doesn't numb you. It puts that tired part back into a shape you can carry. For Virgo, real precision doesn't avoid choice, it sharpens it. If you keep treating recovery as optional, the day can end with more presence lost and real results. If you keep sacrificing that breath, clarity pays before results do. Move. Defend recovery with a visible boundary, not a mental promise. Keep it close. Today, a well-made recovery can matter more than another test of endurance. Libra. Today, value is decided in a sentence you can't leave vague. Put a financial or emotional margin left open to the test of reality. Less interpretation, more consequence. This Moon-Mercury passage lights up the resources money value axis. Saying too much or too little changes the trajectory. It's a small promise that can become an emotional contract if you leave it without a border. Value becomes tangible when a financial or emotional margin left open stops being atmosphere and becomes a declared measure. For Libra, the risk is saving the mood and losing the boundary you needed. The stake is knowing whether you really want to be generous or just want to avoid the awkward moment of clarity. Kindness loses value when it only serves to avoid a number, a time, or a limit. Move. Write down the number, the time, and the limit. Confirm only what stays clean. Send it to someone who keeps paying for peace with time, resources, or status. Scorpio. The useful opportunity today doesn't come toward you. It stays just long enough to force a choice. The line in the sand is simple. Don't let a useful answer at work decide while you pretend to be deciding. With Moon against Mercury, the identity-body presence axis becomes sensitive. Tone, reply, and silence matter more. This is a tiptoe passage, the kind that rewards people who don't confuse caution with sleep. If you keep watching too long, a useful answer at work can lose weight. Not because it was false, but because you didn't choose its moment. If you wait until you feel sure, the useful moment can turn into something else. For Scorpio, depth becomes useful when it stops speaking from behind control. If that opening stays only intuition, the day keeps the opening but loses your presence. Move. Don't open 3 scenarios. Confirm the small step that keeps the best possibility alive. Come back here when you need to separate opportunity from fantasy. Sagittarius. Today you don't need to win the day. You need to get back a piece of breath. The day's lock is concrete. A crack that needs maintenance opens only to a non-generic answer. With Jupiter in the field, the vision travel study axis opens. The risk is calling even dispersion growth. This is real maintenance. Less heroics, more intelligence about protecting what keeps you clear. When you remove pressure in the right place, a crack that needs maintenance gives back more clarity than another test of endurance would. For Sagittarius, vision only matters if it accepts the boundary that makes it usable. The stake is protecting the living margin that determines your tone, your response, and your ability to choose well. Forcing it may look like strength, but today it risks consuming exactly the part you need. Move, cut one non-essential demand, and return that margin to the part that has to stay clear. Send it to someone who needs to protect energy, not prove endurance. Capricorn. Don't underestimate an opening that needs checking now. Some turns begin with a detail you don't delay. The personal stake is closer than it looks. An opening that needs checking now shows you what you're allowing without naming it. The tension between Moon and Mercury is not just mental. It moves through the intimacy shared resources transformation field and asks for a truer sentence. It's a practical door, not a dream. Touch it now, or it turns into delay. For Capricorn, carrying everything isn't enough if this opening starts steering. If it becomes just a detail, that opening loses force. If it enters the choice now, it takes direction. Today's opportunity isn't comfortable, and that's exactly how it measures how much you want. If the signal stays only intuition, the day keeps the opening, but loses your presence. Move. Treat the opening like something alive. Make room for it now, not just theoretical attention. Mark it down before the mind turns a real crossing into an interesting theory. Aquarius. If an invitation wants a quick answer, don't hand it the wheel. Uranus activates desire, creativity, and pleasure. The choice can't stay automatic. Keep the scene tight. An invitation, a spark, a confirmation you don't need to chase. It's the kind of invitation that lights something up. Looks like freedom, but asks for confirmation right away. The immediate effect calls loudly. The alive part does not need to buy its way into being chosen. The spark isn't the problem. It becomes one when you chase the effect and lose your center. For Aquarius, seeing beyond isn't enough today. The skipped step becomes the point that pulls you back. Who's really driving, the desire or the need to feel chosen? The strong move is to feel the spark without handing it the wheel. Choose one living gesture. The rest can wait off stage. Move. Make one alive choice and let the rest wait outside the scene. Send it to someone who is about to choose just to relieve pressure. Pisces. Today the opening doesn't shout. It comes through a practical step that can carry weight. It's the kind of opening that seems too small to change the day until you miss it. Don't widen the scene too much. One person, one sentence, one gesture, and a practical step that can carry weight becomes readable. Neptune makes the resources money value axis more blurred, but also easier to talk yourself into a story. If you keep watching too long, the useful signal can lose weight, not because it was false, but because you didn't choose its moment. For Pisces, feeling everything is power only if the useful signal doesn't stay in the fog. The stake is not arriving tomorrow with the sense that you saw the right point and got there too late. The cost is small but real, losing the useful moment while asking life to be more obvious. Move. Don't open 3 scenarios. Confirm the small step that keeps the best possibility alive. Save it before doubt convinces you this window wasn't that important.